Back in 2013, human microbiome research was listed as one of the top 10 breakthroughs. If you go on YouTube and type in microbiome, we see dozens of videos popping up. Type it in Google and we see thousands of websites. Yet so many people have absolutely no idea what this is.
Okay, look. Microbiome is all that bacteria stuff in your body, and microbiota.
Today, I'll talk about 10 important facts on our microbiome, so not to worry. I'm going to take their science and make it into our science, because after all, it is our health. So first we have to get the definitions out of the way. The microbiota refers to the communities of bacteria, fungi, and virus that live on our skins as well as in our bodies. The microbiome, on the other hand, refers to the genetic makeup of all these little critters combined. Now, we've known about them for decades. However, due to recent advancements in technology, we're now able to not only isolate specific species, not all of them, of course, but we're able to isolate more, and we're also able to tell what they're doing in our bodies. And because of this, we're now witnessing a gold rush of microbiome research.
I got it from my mama. I got it from my mama. I got it from my mama.
So yes, our microbiome is largely from mom. So thank you, Mom. But depending on how we were born, our microbiome will look very differently. For example, babies that are born via cesarean section or C-section will have most of the microbes from their mama's skin. But babies who were born vaginally will have most of the microbiome from the vaginal canal. Okay, so one baby journeys through a tunnel, the other one comes through a hole in the wall. Big difference. Big difference indeed. Now we know that there are certain diseases that are more likely to occur in C-section babies, such as an increased risk of asthma, type 2 diabetes, and celiac. But more and more research is showing that this could be linked to their difference in microbiome composition. The Human Microbiome Project is like the younger, more attractive version of the Human Genome Project. What researchers did was take a group of 200 healthy individuals and compared their microbiome makeup. And what they found was astonishing. Although these were all healthy individuals, their microbiomes were very different in makeup. So this suggests that there is no such thing as an ideal microbiome. So picture a hospital. You have the staff that generally remains there for years, but you have the patients that kind of come and go. At any given moment in time, you'll have the majority of the staff that's there, but the patients might be different. In a lot of ways, this is like our microbiome. You have those key species that tend to remain there, and if there's nothing dramatic happening, they stay the same. And this is known as resilience. You also have those species that would come on your skin or that you'd pick up from your diet or some environmental factors, but those are known as transient because they're generally short-lived. Now, there are three key things that can really mess up our microbiomes, and these include infections from other microbes, antibiotic usage, and our diet. So we've heard this before, but I'm going to say it again. We as a society have become too clean. Our obsession with antibiotics is doing more harm for our health than good. We have to remember that when we use antibiotics, they're not just getting rid of the bad guys, they're getting rid of the good guys as well. In fact, research is now showing that there is a link between antibiotic usage during childhood and an increased risk in developing obesity as well as Crohn's disease. Some people can eat whatever they want and not gain weight. For others, not so much.
Surprise! Get that corn out of my face!
Well, this too could be because of our microbiome. How was this tested, you say? Well, researchers transferred fecal matter from humans who are obese and those of healthier weights to mice with known microbiota. And these are what are known as germ-free mice. Both mice were fed the same diet. And what they found was that the mice that had the microbes from humans with healthier weights turned out to have healthy weights themselves. They also had higher diversity of microbes. Their cousins, on the other hand, who obtained the microbiome from obese individuals, were obese and had much fewer microbe types. Eating each other's poop is a regular thing that mice tend to do, and when they did this, what we saw was that the lean mice became obese themselves. Now, if a sudden change in our diets can cause certain microbes to live on us and in us for a short period of time, imagine what a long-term diet can do. Research has shown that a long-term diet is one of the most influential factors on our gut microbiome. In fact, what we eat doesn't only affect the types of species growing in us and on us, but it also affects how well they function. Although we've gotten this far, there's still a lot of limitations in our understanding of how the microbiome actually functions and why it has such a huge impact on our health. Recently, government researchers have determined that two of the biggest challenges we see in moving forward are the lack of technology and the lack of human resources. Basically, we don't need just scientists, but we need people who also understand computers. So we're going to be seeing a lot of fancy job titles moving forward, such as a human microbiome counselor. And basically what this person will do is interpret this information into something that is more practical. So what can we learn from all of this? Well, it seems that the greater the diversity of microbes living in us and on us, the better it is for our health in the long run. Lesser diversity, on the other hand, can throw everything off, and this is where we see a higher risk of developing certain diseases. So what should we take away from this? Do your best to maintain a diverse diet, preferably one rich in fiber. Avoid the overusage of antibiotics, and parents, let your children run around and get messy. This can be very good for their health in the long run. Our microbiome is pretty much our first line of defense, so we need it to be ready for anything.
Microbiota is the fungi and the stuff that live on our skin, whereas microbiome is the bacteria in our body. I got that, huh? I think I have this all down.